What's up, dudes? I got a tutorial for you, and I figured I'd make a comprehensive guide for all the mining that you're ever going to need in 7 Days to Die in Alpha 17, so let's get right into it. Alright, so what we're looking at now is the hatch that leads into a mine that I built on one of my servers that I play with one of my buddies. So I'm going to walk you through what I did, but first let's go over what you're going to need in order to start mining. So first of all, the perks. The perks are kind of a huge factor in this. I don't like to start going underground mining until I have these perks really close to maxed. So I have these maxed right now. Miner 69er, which breaks blocks much faster with tools, and then Motherlode, which gets you more resources, so when you actually hit those veins, you're going to be able to get what you need without having to bust your back trying to dig through multiple sets of veins. So with those two perks, you're going to be really, really successful. It's important to max those out. Next thing you're going to need, and one of the most important things you'd think is a pickaxe, but really more than that, I really suggest you getting a helmet and a helmet light. I do not want to be laying torches everywhere, and I also don't want to be carrying a torch and trying to smack a lead vein with a torch. So get yourself a helmet, get yourself a helmet light mod. Now you could just get a mining helmet. That could work too, it's perfectly fine, it just depends on how late you are in the game and if you like your helmet or not. Next, you're going to need a shovel. Shovel is pretty much integral. You can't really mine without a shovel because a lot of the time you're going to be digging through dirt, and a lot of the time you're going to be digging through sand. Now, a shovel will bust dirt blocks in one hit if you get it upgraded enough, or if you have the perks all the way, so just keep that with you regardless if you have an auger. The next thing is the steel pickaxe. Now, there's actually a little tip and trick here. The melee damage and block damage of any melee tool, any swingable weapon, is affected. The damage and the block damage are affected by the amount of mods you have on it. So just having a mod alone, including dyes, improves the block damage and melee damage. So you want to get the mod right here called Bunker Buster that gives you the stone 15% against stone increase. Now, that's fantastic, but ultimately, you really want to have all these modded out, because once you have 5 mods and the perks max on a steel pickaxe of quality 6, of course you'll need the 15% bonus, but once you have those, you'll break through rock in 2 hits. It's amazing, because previously you'll be doing 3, and that takes away 33% of the effort you're going to have to put in. It's awesome. So get that get that pickaxe maxed out as fast as you can, get a good shovel, get a helmet light, and you're ready to go. So let's show you what it looks like when you're ready to go. Now, what I did, I used a lot of wood to make this look all fancy and cleaned out, but if you're just mining for the sake of mining because you need those mats as soon as possible, just dig. Don't worry about the frames on the outside. But you're going to start somewhere that's of your choosing, safe or whatever, and you're going to dig straight down, and you're going to go to a specific elevation, mostly of your choosing within a range. Now, elevation is noticeable and determinable by the meter here on the map. So I'm at elevation 14. I would probably go a bit lower next time. I think I meant to stop at 15, and I don't remember what happened. But the point is that anywhere between around 5 and 15 is going to be ideal. I haven't done enough testing to say, oh, 7 is the best. But the point is you want to get around 5 to 15 elevation, and then you can start digging sideways. What this is going to do is this little magical thing where you don't spawn coal veins and nitrate veins right on bedrock. The game doesn't allow itself to do that. So you're going to hit the core of veins, which are much larger than the little spider crack, tendrils of these veins. So you're going to hit these veins right in the core more frequently if you stay between 5 and 15 elevation. So once you're there, don't worry about creating all this nonsense that I have. Just start digging in a direction. Now, the direction you dig is going to matter a bit. Here's what matters. You can get any resource anywhere, with the exception of oil shale. Oil shale only spawns in the desert. However, you do have a better chance at getting specific resources from specific biomes. So I don't know the actual percentage, but I do know that you are able to get nitrate more frequently or in greater quantities in the snow. And just like color coding would tell us, you're able to get coal in the burnt forest. If you want to go for lead, go for the forest. And if you want to get iron, just go anywhere. You kind of will get sick of iron, trust me. So that's basically all you need to do. Pick the direction you want to go. In this instance, I was digging towards the nitrate side of things, so I wanted to go towards the snow. So I dug down and over this way to the east. So I didn't have to go very far before I hit oil shale. However, I was pretty close to my base, so I kept going because I didn't want to dig right underneath my base. Once you get over here, you'll hit gravel or the resource you're looking for itself. Now, gravel is the real trick. It's actually it's kind of like getting gold. As soon as you hit gravel, you start to realize that there's a vein nearby. So just follow the gravel. That's really the trick. Dig to the biome you want, follow the gravel. As soon as you get there, clear that monstrosity of a vein out, and you'll have so many resources you won't know what to do with them. I mean, personally, I like crafting tons of gasoline and making a lot of explosions and a lot of dynamite and things like that, but it's up to you, really. I like to keep wood with me when I make these mines because, sometimes you want a staircase back up instead of having to dig a ramp awkwardly back up into your tunnel. So keep that in mind. Wood is a nice handy thing to have on you. Another good idea, if you are digging without an auger, is to bring food and water with you, because you may end up depleting a lot of your stamina while swinging the tool, and when your stamina depletes and recharges, it causes your hunger level to decrease. So it's nice to have that food with you in case you're going on a long journey. Did I mention it might take you a day or two to find that vein? But believe me, have patience. It pays off in a really big way, so long as you have the time. Now, I am going to go over what you can do if you don't have that much time and you need a good handful of resources for the next Horde night. So here's the thing. If you are going to bring an auger, don't forget that the auger consumes a lot of gasoline, more than you might think when you're digging a straight line for a very long time. Also, repair kits. Repair kits aren't the most inexpensive thing in the game, so make sure you have a plentiful supply before you go using them all on an auger and then you make a ton of bullets and have no repair kits left for your guns on Horde night. That would be a pretty unfortunate disaster. So now that we went over those details, let's go over the simple way to gain just a stack or two of resources in a real pinch. Alright, well, here we are out in the open, in between 3 different biomes, and I want to explain to you how it is that you can get just a stack or two of resources in a real pinch. So this isn't the best way to get resources, which is why I went over mining, but if you are desperate, go ahead and follow the game tutorial that tells you to look for gravel patches on the ground, which most often can be found in patches of boulders, and simply dig into the gravel patch. When you do, you'll get a hint of the resource that is beneath that gravel. In this case, it was iron, which is unsurprising. It's very plentiful. Now, if you simply follow the gravel patches, you will eventually get to the vein. If it exists, which it often does, you'll get to that vein and you'll have several stacks of resources depending on the resource. Alright, so there you have it. I only dug maybe 5 blocks down and a couple blocks to the side, just following the gravel like I said, and here's a nice little chunk of iron. Now, if you don't have the Miner 69er and Motherlode perks, this can take longer and you won't get as many resources, but still, it's enough iron and, other resources to last a couple days in the Wasteland. So enjoy this little bit in the early to mid game and then switch over to mining as soon as you have the equipment. Well, basically that's all there is to it. So as soon as you have those tools, definitely go for the advanced mining method underground, but if you really need those resources in a pinch, follow the game's guide and look for those gravel patches. Anyways, I'll be back with another tutorial, and in the meantime, keep it nerdy.